Hey guys, it's Kevin here. I am the founder of Acorn Marketing. So in this video, I'm going to go over why you guys should all be collecting customer feedback. If you're not collecting customer feedback right now, this is probably something you could consider. There are benefits of collecting feedback that you might not be aware of. So here we're going to get started. So why is collecting feedback important? Well, first of all, it enhances customer preference and pain points. If you know what's bothering your customers, you can better tailor solutions in forms of products and services in order to serve your customers better. Again, it facilitate continuous improvement in your products and services and offerings. It allows your business to stay competitive by understanding industry trends. It identifies potential areas for innovations and growth. It enables data-driven decision making and improved efficiency. It enables proactive solutions of issues. So if your customer is not happy with your products or services, if you give them an outlet to leave a feedback, they're less likely to leave a negative review. They're less likely to take other actions. If you follow up with your customer feedback and you try to resolve the issue, they be more likely to actually stay with your business even after a negative experience with your company. It validates the impact and success of recent changes or initiative. So if you implement something within your business, having customer feedback will be a good way to track the new initiatives that you're implementing and how well they're doing in relation to your business. So this part, we're going to get into creating feedback forms. Especially if you're doing an online feedback form, there's a couple of design options you could use to create a feedback form. The first one is selection / multiple choice questions, allowing single selection, so you could give them a variety of choices, but with a single selection, you only allow them to choose one selection out of the multiple choice questions. Selection allowing multiple selections. So it's the same thing as multiple choice questions, but instead of allowing someone to select one, you could allow other people to select many. There's drop-down selection options, interval rating scale. So an interval rating scale would be something like on a scale of very poor, satisfactory, good, and exceptional. Likelihood rating scale, it's the same scale, but except the selections are very likely, unlikely, no comment, likely, very likely. Blank field, open-ended questions. So you could give them an open-ended question, allow them to fill out whatever they want. You can have date selection fields. You have a combination of the above for a single question. So you ask a single question and say, for example, you allow them to choose a multiple choice question, allowing a single selection, as well as you give them a blank field, which allow them to leave open-ended comments. There are also conditional questions. If, say, for example, they select yes on one question, their other questions gets enabled. There are mandatory and optional options for submission. So pretty much is in order to finish the feedback form, a mandatory selection, you must fill out this question. An optional selection, it's not really required to complete the form. So what information could be collected from a feedback process? There's tons of information you might not be aware of that you could collect. You could get information on your product, your services, your customer service, information about your customers, information about your competitors, information about your industry. So say, for example, some questions are how your customer found you. So pretty much this question relates to customer acquisition. It might be nice to know and track where your customer found you in order to, say, for example, they found you off Google. Maybe you should invest more money and marketing dollars into Google, right? Product service detail improvements, information about your pricing in relation to the value provided, information about your customer service, information about your communication with your customers, information about your business process, information about your website, information about potential future offerings that your customers want. You could start out with a feedback form. You ask them what's your name, gender, age range, occupation. This will allow you to better track and give you more of a data approach. Where did you hear about us? So I mentioned this in a previous slide. You can let them choose from Google, word of mouth, social media, billboards, flyers, directories. Have you seen our business mentioned in any article, blog, or publication? So if you get this data, you could know where to actually spend more of your marketing dollars on. Did our business rank at the top of the search results? Did a specific offer or promotion catch your attention? What made you want to try us? What product or service did you purchase today? What was your biggest hesitation before deciding to do business with us? So this is a very good question to ask your customers. Did you use a competitor before coming to us? What caused you to leave your competitors and choose us instead? So this question lets you know where you stand in the marketplace. How would you improve our business to enhance your experiences? What is your favorite part of your experiences with us? How would you change your experience? Which one of our staff assisted you today? How would you rate our overall satisfaction with him or her? How would you rate the clarity of communication from our business? How satisfied were you with the responsiveness of our team? Will you prefer more frequent communication about offers and updates? How can we improve our communication with you? How easy was it to navigate our website? Were you able to find all the information you need on our website? What features do you love about our product or services? What feature about our product or services do you find not as useful? Which features do you wish we have? How would you rate the variety of our product service offerings? What's one thing we're doing better than our competitors? What's one thing our competitors is doing better than us? So these are extremely useful and good questions that you might want to ask on a feedback form. Feel free to use this for your own business as well. So what are some of the best practices of generating more feedbacks for your business? We find that 5 to 10 questions per feedback form is the magic sweet spot. Anything more, you run the risk of your customers not being able to complete the form or them getting annoyed. If you want to increase more feedback, I would recommend you ensure confidentiality of the feedback form. Neither have a claim saying all your responses will be confidential, or just giving a feedback form without their name and any personal information, right? Another option is having optional question features that you're using for your feedback form, especially if you're doing the feedback form online or if you're doing it digitally. Having a program where they don't have to submit every single question in order for them to submit the form will be a good way to increase more feedback. So 5 to 10 questions is the magic spot. But if you want to generate more information and more feedback from your customers, maybe you should consider the use of incentives such as coupon, gifts, or interest into some sort of sweepstakes. The sweepstakes one works relatively well in order to incentivize them to complete your feedback form. And last of all, you gotta have a feedback process. Just simply asking someone for a feedback might not be enough. So why should you have a feedback process? First of all, it boosts feedback quantity by actively seeking it. So if you have a process, if it's automated, you'll actively seek feedback, and hence you'll generate more feedback from your clients. It captures valuable insights from satisfied customers and not only unsatisfied clients. So say, for example, if you don't have a feedback, if you just have a feedback form that people actively fill out, you'll get a lot of feedback from people who are unhappy with your business because they'll be more motivated to fill out a feedback form for your business. So that would be good, learning from people who have a negative experience from your business, but also from people that has a positive experience from your business can help your business as well, because it gives you insights on what you're doing right. It gives you more insights on your industry, your competitor, and so on, right? Ensure persistent follow-up post-sales service completion. So your feedback process, you also have a follow-up process. Think of Amazon post-sale, they'll send you a review link, and if you don't fill that out, they'll keep sending you a review link to remind you to fill out reviews. Utilize a lighthearted approach to encourage feedback. So we find that once you have a feedback process and you have a follow-up process, we like to use a fun-filled, lighthearted approach to encourage more feedback. So we use the format, first of all, the first email we sent them, we ask them nicely. The second email, we make them laugh a bit, so use a bit of a humor. It'll help your feedback generation as well. The third one is we'll beg them while making them laugh at the same time. We find that if you can actually make your customer laugh, as well as stress the importance of feedback to your business, they'd be more likely to help you out, right? So you got to show gratitude. Once they leave a feedback, it should be nice to either direct them to a thank you page or send them a thank you email. So have that in your feedback process as well. Timing matter, ask for feedback immediately after a product or services is completed. The reason for that is because it's fresh in their mind, so they'd be more likely to give you accurate feedback. Regularly update and rotate questions. So you should always rotate question, update your feedback regularly. So emphasize automation and efficiency. All this should be automated. You could do it yourself manually, but it's going to be a huge headache for you. So you should use email software to save you time and effort, as well as you'll probably do it better than if you were to do it manually yourself, right? So collecting feedback is extremely important for a business. Pretty much all businesses that are really good, they have some sort of feedback collection process. You need that in order to learn about you, your products, your customers, and your industry. Feedback can be used to collect a variety of number of aspects about your business. Use different ways to encourage more insights into your business. And finally, you got to have a feedback generation process for your business. Again, my name is Kevin. Hopefully this presentation gave you some ideas of how to make your feedback process better. If you need some help with your feedback process, we have really good ways of generating awesome feedback. We have tons of questions that you can ask your customers, and we can make your feedback process more efficient. If you want a free consultation, feel free to fill out a form on my website.